let me, again, doing all this well, better. You know, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Anyway, that didn't work. Oh, a bunch of stuff, a bunch of little tangents. Yeah, my room's a disaster, but it is what it is. I will get to it. So a few things. I understand why Jeff does this, and I think he buys the good Plano boxes instead of the crappy little dollar store stuff. His boxes, his Plano boxes will hold more than this thing. These are owned by 1x blue plates from 1x10, 1x8, 1x1, 1x6, 1x4, 1x4, 1x3, 1x2s. These are the 1x10s that are left over that wouldn't fit, and these are the 1x6s left over that wouldn't fit. So do I put them in overflow or just dump everything back into the big bin? The jury's still out, so it is done for now. And of course, I haven't even finished sorting out all the loose stuff that I have, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of more blue 1x plates in that. So I am on the fence. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a Ziploc. I'm gonna put these spare 1x plates in here for now, because I think and I sorted out the ones that had dents and bite marks and whatever from various whatever. I didn't sort out the faded ones because I got a lot of almost yellowed, a little bit yellowed. I didn't sort those out because I like building with those. It gives the look of use. Let that thing go. Anyway, so I'm glad it's done. I'm glad I did it to try it, to see if I liked it. I'm not. I liked it. I like it better for the modified plates and everything else and the round parts. But the basic brick and plates, I just keep on wanting to leave, and the thing well enough alone. But we'll see. It's there. So got a box today. I was on the brick links, and I just happened to want some parts and pieces. And I remember the one thing I ordered, I can't remember the both things I ordered. I ordered 2 separate pieces, I think 20 each or 10 each, whatever, because I didn't care. But I wanted to do that. Here's me opening the box. Rip, smash, crash, bash. And here, oh, that's really weird. And that should be a surprise to literally nobody what I ordered from, by the way, one of my favorite stores I've ordered from him before, Magnus from Germany. Has a ton of classic space parts, which is what I wanted. And I ordered 1, 2, 4, I think I ordered 10 or 20. Now 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 20 of these. And he said there were seconds, and I'm looking at them now. There are some slightly faded ones, but they're all gold so far. This is, I think, the worst one so far I can see, and trust me, half mine are a lot worse than that. But most of them look like that. So I cannot complain about that at all, because of course I made all these the other day, and I just used a regular 2x3 slope in the front, and I said that can't happen. So I wanted to order these, and I think I actually have a couple mobile labs that have just the slopes and not the printed brick. So I'm going to not here. So I'm already on 19. It's fine. Oh, excuse me. It's late. All of that I'm gonna fit on here. I'm gonna have to start a new one. So these are my printed pieces. Let me see if I can swing things around a little bit. Go that way. These things can go up here. maybe. Again, maybe not. I'm gonna put these ones down here. You can see what I'm doing. What is that? Oh, it's a logo. Nope. I'm going to I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit 19 of them on here. I can almost guarantee I can't put 19 on here. No, I can't. I'm going to double them up for now. So I wanted those so I can complete a bunch of sets that I wanted to complete. And I wouldn't mind getting basically a fleet of these. I have 4 or 5 built right now. There's one in the layout, and I got a bunch more here, there, and everywhere. So I'm going to, guess, you know, having more is better. Not really, but we'll say that in this context. Usually making a mess of my floor again. I also ordered 20 more of these 1x1 green, trans green plates because I am down to just that right there. I think there's 7. So for future, since I was ordering those 2x3 printed slopes anyway, and he happened to have these, I just ordered them, and that's all I was missing lately. So that was quick. Thank you. That was worth the couple of bucks I spent for shipping. And so I got one more thing to talk about, unless I go off on tangents. I'm going to grab something very, very quickly. I can see it, if I can find it. I can't believe, there it is. So there's this guy. Let's go down here. Oh, my room. So for many weeks / months, there was a marketplace ad, and they wanted $5 for the 386 Bricklink. I don't think they have this guy. This 695 came with instructions. And again, the instructions are always like this, usually when I get sets like that, but you know, whatever, I'm not buying it for the instructions, although I could probably fix that pretty easy. And the 386, so $5 for both, or $5 each. And so now, wait, why am I missing a piece? There we go. That was there. Huh. I did see it, and I just, of course, dumped everything out on my desk here. So that is a little bit odd, but anyway, it doesn't matter. There we go, 2 of them. And that, wow, it's gotta be left. I should throw it in my car because it's not in the box, not in the bin. The other thing was the helicopter, the 386. I know I never had this set when I was a kid. Let me get here on screen. Get this over here. So $5 for this thing too. Yeah, things must have fallen out in the car because I'm missing a propeller. And oh, there's right there. And the vehicles. So was it worth the trip to Acton? Wasn't Acton, but was it worth the trip? I think so. Old school hair. The thing is that I'll clean it up and I'll find it. I can almost guarantee it. So this is bugging me. Anyway, can't worry about it now. So remarkably good condition. Missing that, but that's in my van somewhere. Because I did check this to verify it was there. Solid studs on the 1x1 round plates. and the original bricks, the Technic 1x2 bricks, original with holes. And I think on the back is the same. Oh, no, blue. I didn't check that. So, but I got those black ones over there, so it doesn't matter. Black on that side. So they replaced the black with a blue on that side. I'm not gonna, I didn't even notice that when I picked it up. $5. So this whole lot was $10. So I cannot at all. Still the Milky White axles and the red bushings. Basically, I got it because I know that this came with this piece, and this piece didn't come that I know of in any other set besides this guy. So now I have two of them. My friend was taunting me. No, he wasn't taunting me. He was taking a picture. He had 4. I go, 4. Oh my, 4. Are you kidding me? Now, when you think about the concept of having 4 Lego pieces of like, and I do talk about this. The 2x3 slope is ubiquitous in other colors. Like I got 1 million red, 1 million black, 1 million blue, 1 million white, and a bunch of yellow, and a bunch of red. Did I say red? I got so many of them, and I just assumed that trans clear was in more than one set. No, I did have this set when I was a kid. Neither one of these is my original. My original is in a bag somewhere in one of the totes in the garage. So now I have 3. But the 2x3 slope is ubiquitous. It is one of the least rare pieces out there. And yet trans clear, it is ultra rare. I think I don't know if this thing has a date on it when it came out. 1975 Samsonite. I got it that Christmas, so I was 8 when that came out. And I think about that car, and I love that car. And again, I remember vividly, this is the first piece I ever broke, is this 3x4 black slope piece, because I was just whipping this thing, driving it all over the carpet in the living room, and just like not playing smash up derby, but there's always walls and a fireplace mantle, or the whatever, the bottom that starts on the floor, and I broke this piece, and I only had one black 3x4 slope back then, and it was on this car. So for the longest time, my car had this front piece busted on it, and so I got other sets where I got a replacement of one of these. So there is that. So there's a lot of memories there on that one. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna put everything else aside, and I'm gonna verify, because I actually have the instructions here. Yeah, they only use 2, so I'm gonna grab this guy. I'm gonna take him apart. Well, before I do that, I'm gonna verify if I actually have that piece, and if I have that piece, it'll be in here. This is my early Technic / miscellaneous old pieces, conveyor belt pieces, and this wheel brick with that little stud on top, and of course these guys in white and milky white, and just tons and tons and tons of those things. Here's the milky white one. I get lots, and these things are in it, and then the old signs. Woohoo! And this is again one of my favorite pieces. But I think if I recall correctly, somewhere in here, I'm hoping I find it easier than I am right now. So this is, I'm going to pull this one out, because this is probably where it is. This is where I really keep the original universal joint, red universal joint. This is where I keep the milky white axles, 6 and 8. The original bushings, red bushings. And these guys, and somebody asked me about these things the other day, because I got the set that came with this. This is an axle, obviously. So you can put these tires on it like that, these gears on it like that. So this has the axle. This end goes into, if I have really easy access to one, I do not have easy access to one. The old 4.5 volt motors, the big black, yellow, blue motors. So you can see this is the same size as the axle. The bar on those wheels that hurt your feet when you walk on them. But I don't have any of the bricks in here. I could have sworn I had those bricks. This is me making a mess of this thing. Put these back in here. You go there. Had I known that the 9-tooth red gear fit in these tires back in the day, I would have kept these tires. I thought they were a clone, and I threw out a bunch of them in the lot that I had pre-internet. Kind of sad. So, seal the beat. Live and learn. So, I'm gonna put this guy next to my desk. Dump him out. Wow, I could have sworn I had the black piece, so I'm glad I didn't bother taking it apart. So I do not. This is where I keep the Milky Way antennas, and I thought I had a solid weight antenna in here, but obviously I do not. But I have some really good Milky Way antennas, and some really not so good Milky Way antennas, and a lot of flags. A lot of flags. And this is just used lots. That I got over the years. Yay, Lego. And castle. So it's one of those things that I don't necessarily put too much effort into, but I do like to sort out the cool old Legos, cool Lego. My little idea of a channel at one point, but it is fun to have these older pieces, and this is another bushing. It's different than the other one, but that showed up a few times, and I used to know what it came in. Now I can't remember. So I feel bad because I cannot find the 1x2 Technic brick, the original. I could have sworn I had it, and this one is just, it won't be in here. Shouldn't be in here. This guy is really old school. Doesn't even have the thing on the bottom. The doors, the pop-up doors, the door frames, pop-up door frames. The frames where the weights come off, but this one is stuck in there, so I don't bother. But you can see that the weight comes off. And the bricks that have the slot in the bottom, and I think that was for wires to hold them down. And look at the little gas pump, little tiny gas pump that came in. I got a few of those. Even the clear weight bricks for the doors, and the light standards. Like this is so old school. I think these came in the ESO station originally. So, but I keep those all separate. And broken doors, because why not? So, a couple things that I don't know what to do with this stuff. Basically, I don't want to just. So here is a door, the door frame. So this one's got the clear weights on it. I just don't want to give it away or throw it away. I want to do something with it at some point. I wouldn't mind recreating some of those older 50, 60 sets because I happen to have the pieces for them. But in the end, I might not be able to do that. We'll have to see if I can get around to it. Holy moly. I gotta organize this thing again. I really do have to organize this thing. I've been throwing parts and pieces in here. Maybe it's in the bottom somewhere else. Okay, that's that. So I had an idea I was going to fix the car, but I cannot find the right parts to fix the car. So I ain't going to worry about it. This was a fun jaunt down memory lane though. The older parts, old parts are cool parts. Old Lego's cool Lego. But yeah, 2 of those. Now I'm gonna have to go tear my car apart or just order another yellow faucet, which again I probably have to do for mine. But anyway, so there you go. That's the mail call. That's the oh, the thing's still moving. Yeah, I think that's gonna go over well at shows. A good friend of the channel said, "Hey Dave, can you I'll show you this really quick because while we're talking about it, maybe I will put these things out of the way so they don't get busted, and I'll do something with the instructions. Maybe send them to my friend Jeff. I don't know yet. Bring this over here. Come on. This is the problem with just using the blanket on the desk. So this is a permanent magnet. It sticks to anything metal. So, oh, you can't see that. Yes, you can. So it's just it's I don't know, it's one of those iridium. I don't know what you call it. Those really fancy magnets that they have these days. It has a little bit of a depression here. I'm not sure why. I think the outer. I don't quote me on this. I actually should look it up. The outer circle is one polarity, and the inner circle is a separate polarity, which is the opposite of this. So that's why it stays centered. That's my understand. That's not my understanding. My best guess as to how this thing works, because you can see. Of course, it could just be the felt, because they were asking, "What can I just paint this thing gray?" This thing's felt. You can see it's that's all it is. So this thing is wrapped in felt. I think just to stop the metal from scratching things if it like clunks down on it and you're trying to get it off, because it does take a little bit of work to get this thing off the base plate, the platform that makes it float in the air. And you can see that it's got all these little cuts in it, which means it just folded over. So I think maybe that circle is just the felt being glued to the bottom. This differentiates the bottom. You can see the little disc there. From the top. This is the top. It had a sticker on it saying top and bottom, or I think no, just top. But of course I got rid of the sticker because it's just whatever. So let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna bring this over here. Oops.